Hi guys, this is DarthZadyBun for the Geek Node, doing a special feature video for the ArtFX Plus Batman the Animated Series statue by Kotobukiya. So here's the thing. This particular statue is rendered in the style of the animated series from the early 90s, and that I would think is one of the first versions of Batman that most of us got to fall in love with. I mean, we'd probably seen the movie before that with Michael Keaton, but that Monday afternoon cartoon. Now, for many years, you didn't see much merchandise featuring this version of the character, but it's really awesome that over the last couple of years, DC Collectibles has sort of realized that, this is the Batman that we know and love, and has started giving us those animated series figures. So those action figures are pretty awesome. We're probably going to do a couple of reviews on some of those as well. But for now, looking at this newest statue from Kotobukiya, I say newest because we haven't seen any more in this particular style. I mean, we do see the normal ArtFX Plus statues, but this one here was slightly different simply because of the way it was rendered. Now let's break things down nicely over here. What we're going to do is we are going to consider the 3 A's. Those are the aesthetics, the accessories, and of course the overall age factor that the statue has. So let's kick it off. Now, the dark deco style of art that the Bruce Timm animated universe showcased was a novel concept back then, and I don't recall coming across anything else that really managed to pull it off ever since. So this statue brings that minimalist art style to life, really speaking, and it has some deft sculpting. If you look at the statue itself, it's very deftly sculpted, and it has a dynamic pose itself, that sort of exemplifies all the power that the Dark Knight has. If you look at the statue itself, what you see is that although the paint itself has sort of like a matte finish to it, it also has a slight texturing to it. So it sort of looks as though the Nomex Kevlar weave that we hear about or read about in the comics rather, it's sort of like, how can I say, showcased over here as well. So it's very subtle, it's very fine, but you do see it all the way throughout the figure. So yeah, in addition to that, there's also some very light, subtle shading over there, all the bends and all the edges, so that's a pretty cool touch as well, but it's not overdone, so it maintains that cartoony feel without looking too flat, which is an interesting design choice. Okay, so overall the statue has a pretty great build to it. It feels quite solid, and what's really nice is that some of the smaller details, or the finer details, such as the scallops at the end of the cape, as well as the little blade fins over here on the side of the gloves, and even the bat ears as well, despite the fact that they are quite thin, quite small, they're quite solid as well, so it doesn't feel like these will actually break off or anything like that. So that is pretty kick-ass. Overall, I'd want to say that as far as the aesthetic appeal of the statue goes, it's brilliant. This is Batman from the Batman animated series, exactly as you know. Okay, so let's move on to the next phase of our review now, and let's start talking about the accessories. Now, this is an interesting thing. I don't usually talk about accessories when dealing with statues, for the simple reason that, I mean, a statue is a statue, right? But this is the beauty, or I would like to say the unique selling point about this particular statue. It's the fact that it comes with a shitload of accessories. Now, basically what you're seeing, first and foremost, let's start with the hands, right? So the statue comes with three additional hands. So the first one is this, the batarang throwing hand, I'm going to call it. Then you also get the grapnel gun holding hand, and this grapnel gun also comes loose, right? So that's pretty cool. And then last but not least, you have the thumbs up hand. So we've all seen that meme with Batman giving us the thumbs up, so I think this works pretty nicely as well. Right, and here's the thing. It's Kotobukiya standard push and play, I'd like to say, not the lotto, but with this statue you kind of feel like you won the lotto. The thing is, it has that simple plug and play kind of thing going on over here, where it's that easy to change hands. Now, but that's not all. Another interesting thing is the statue comes with 3 different head sculpts. So now this is where it really gets interesting, right? I just want to pop that off of there, right, because that's going to become relevant in a moment. So the statue comes with 3 different head sculpts. So there's the one with the slight narrow determined eyes, the one with the standard bat eyes, for lack of a better term. And the last one, the sad eyes. And here's the beauty of it now. And also, okay, as if that wasn't enough, the statue also comes with 4 different faceplates. So there's the grimace, open mouth grimace. There's the snarl, that's the determined snarl. Then there is the standard, okay, having a bit of problem focusing there. Let's see, yeah, there we go. The standard stoic face. And of course, the other sort of lip curl down face. Right, now here's what happens over here. You just take one of the heads, right? You just slip this in here. Voila, Batman. Right, then let's use something else over here. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, right, so we have this grimace. Yes, okay, that works pretty nicely as well. And this one here, this particular eye set, not my favorite, but get a different look for Batman, you know. Now once again, just to pop this on over here, let's see, right? Let's see how this goes. Easy as that. Let's focus over there. Let's try focusing again. Yeah, there we go. Now this is kind of ironic because like you got a thumbs up Batman, his thumbs up and he's like, so sad, I'm sad, man. Who's a sad man? Sad Batman, you know. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So this one is kind of ironic. So it's like, oh yeah, find the bat battle, yeah, because I'm Batman and I'm sad Batman. Worst Batman impersonation ever. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Right, okay, so again, popping out the head, simple as that. Okay, right, there you go, just like that. I think this is probably my favorite version. Let's see, what's the last one? For example, what do we have here? Yeah, easy as that. Right, so let's just see. So you can pop that off. Try on the grapple hand. There we go, easy as that. So yeah, so that's how easy it is now to swap things around over here, and I think that's really, really awesome. Now, another nice touch is the fact that, I mean, with most statues, what's really crappy, most action figures as well, is that it's one thing to get a shitload of accessories, but I mean, where do you keep them? So what's really nice is that the base itself also doubles up as a sort of storage case. So it's as easy as that, just pop off the back signal there and voila, there you have it. So all you really have to do is just you can just pop your accessories in there, you know, there's a space for everything, so everything stays in its space. Put one head there, put the other head in there. Okay, you probably should take out that faceplate, but yeah, and then there's a space for all the faceplates over there. Okay, I seem to have, oh, okay, there's the last one over there, right? Okay, so close that. Sort of snaps back into place. And okay, this statue over here, oh, I just want to talk about this quickly. Another slight departure from Kotobukiya. You know that most of the Kotobukiya ArtFX Plus statues have the magnetic plates or the magnetic pieces under the feet, and that they goes onto a magnetic base. So this one over here, they've skipped out on that, and they've given us normal foot pegs. So I tend to prefer foot pegs to the magnetic pieces, for the simple reason that those magnetic pieces now, it doesn't really give the statue as much stability as I believe this does. So yeah, so that's basically so there you have it. So that's Batman. So we've talked about the aesthetics, we've talked about the accessories, so let's talk about the age factor. Alrighty then, so there you have it. So the ArtFX Plus Batman statue by Kotobukiya. Gotta tell you that this is, like I said, one of the best statues available. Insofar as age factor is concerned, I gotta tell you, this statue here is without a doubt my favorite Kotobukiya statue, and it represents true value for money, and thus elicits a resounding "ish" for any fan. Now, if you haven't already gotten yourself one of these, you need to catch a wake up, because it's been out in the market for a little while now. But what you can do is you can reach out to Riza and the Nas from Project Mayhem. The details are down there in the description below. So, and yeah, you can chat to them and they'll probably be able to hook you up with one of these. For more videos like this, like, subscribe, share, do all of that stuff over there, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.